With the daily decline in new COVID-19 infections, state governments have been announcing plans to resume major activities like the resumption of schools and increased social gatherings. On this backdrop, the Presidential Task Force on COVID-19 is calling for caution, stressing that the move may be too hasty and might lead to a second wave of infections. Chairman of the Presidential Task Force on COVID-19, Boss Mustafa, gave the warning during the bi-weekly briefing of the task force. He said the government is closely monitoring the situation and will take necessary action soon.
As we plan to reopen more sectors, we must stay the course and stick with our winning strategy, which is anchored on the ability of our health institutions to contain the virus, while we as citizens wear our mask properly, stay away from crowded places, avoid mass gatherings, maintain simple hygienic practices, and as much as possible protect the elderly and most vulnerable to this pandemic. It is in the above context that the Presidential Task Force appreciates the ongoing calls for reopening of the education sector, and indeed some subnationals are already making preparations for such. Whilst the PTF does not discourage making such preparations, we need to be guided by experiences from countries such as Germany, France, the United States, and the UK, where opening of schools in some cities led to an increase in confirmed cases and fatalities. As we end this phase, the PTF will be submitting the 7th interim report to Mr. President and will be guided by his directives on the next phase. The decisions and approvals will be transmitted at the national briefing on Thursday, 3rd of September 2020.